what's up, and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be talking about my McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman the Animated Series figure. Now I am very excited about this figure. I've already seen like a couple of videos on it, Now I knew McFarlane Toys had required like the DC Comics like license to make figures, because I think Mattel, if I'm not mistaken, was the ones that previously had it, So I think it's awesome and an exciting time, that McFarlane Toys actually has required a license to make DC Comics based films. And you can see from right off the bat, that they're probably doing like DC comic based stuff based on far as like the movies and I think like the TV shows, like in the animated series of DC characters and so on. So I think that is really exciting. I'm very excited about picking this up because I am a fan of like McFarlane Toys like figures. I am definitely a fan of his particular line of figures, so I am definitely excited that he has required like these licenses, and like Batman is my all-time favorite comic book superhero. So I think that is so cool that McFarlane Toys is now actually going to be producing like figures, based on various like DC Comics characters like Batman, like Superman, and so on. They even have like the Arrow based on like the Arrow TV series with Green Arrow, so I think that's kind of cool. There are definitely other figures I'm going to be wanting to pick up too, but this is my first look at this right here, so I'm going to get into this right now. So as you can see, this right here is the actual box art for the figure. Now it says on top, it says McFarlane Toys, which you can see right there. And it also says that the figure has 22 moving parts right there at the top. So that's kind of interesting, how much articulation that it has, You also can see the figure on the inside, which I think is cool, and the accessories that it comes with too as well. Now this particular version I have is based on the animated series too, It says Batman right on the side too as well. It has like a image on the back. I think that's the actual collectible card that comes with it, because this has like a collectible card, and it shows the other upcoming figures or figures that are already out. Like they have a Nightwing, they have like a Superman with this kind of armor. They have Batman based on issue 1000, like the comics. They have the upcoming Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie, from Birds of Prey. They have a figure based on her coming up, and they have like the Harley Quinn, another Harley Quinn figure, I think, that's based on like the comics or the animes, kind of some of those are already out, but that Harley Quinn one is like the Bird of Prey that ain't out yet, that hasn't been released, Okay, and it does tell you that each figure comes with like a collectible card on the back, and it says collect them all and so on. So I'm gonna go ahead and just open this on up and get into it. As soon as you open this up, you can see that it does have like the figure itself with its accessories, but it has like this background insert that has like comic book like images on the back of it and stuff, but it has like the collectible card right there, and it also has like the stand right there too as well. So I guess you have to actually like rip these out, So I'm going to take those on now. Okay, as you can see, there's the McFarlane Toys Batman Animated Series figure. So yeah, I'm going to measure it real quick. It seems to stand pretty well, and it does like it's a pretty large figure, 7 inches, like actually over 7 inches, almost 8. So what I do first is actually talk about the accessories of the McFarlane Toys Batman Animated Series Batman figure. Now what I want to do is talk about this collectible card that the Batman figure does come with. He has like this collectible card right here, which you can see. It has like an image. I actually know that image too. It's actually like an image from Batman Animated Series too. And it says Batman on the front right there. It even says the animated series on the card too. It also has like the source material on the back too. Like when the animated series debuted in 1992, it says the real name of Batman or his identity, Bruce Wayne. His height is 6'2". Weight 210 pounds. Now I think it's pretty interesting. You can see like his height and weight on it, And it says it has like a description on the back too. It says, when 2 shots rang out, Bruce Wayne's life changed forever. He pledged himself to justice, and he has upheld that oath for years, wearing many names. The Dark Knight, the world's greatest detective, the Cape Crusader, he has battled tragic foes like the Joker, the Penguin, Mr. Freeze, and so many more. But deep inside, he knows that he shares something with them that most of humanity wouldn't understand. a commitment to the fight. So it gives you like a description right down the back. It's a lot to read, which I think is pretty cool. So I think this is kind of cool that McFarlane Toys gives us like a collectible card too, you know. And I think this would come with all the figures, you know. Another thing I do notice too is that this card, when you look at it, actually looks like it's two cards put together. It's kind of like thick. You can tell you can't really bend it, you know, one bend. So I guess that's one of the things kind of cool about this. You know, you won't really be able to bend it, you know. Another thing I think is cool about this, and it's a McFarlane Toys figure, is that it does get like a stand too. As you can see, it says DC on it too as well. I think that's kind of cool. It has like the little peg thing right there you can put like the figure on. So what I'm going to do is just actually put the animated Batman on the stand. And of course, as you can see, he does have like the peg holes underneath like his feet. So then you just put him on here. He does seem to actually stand on his own, but I do actually use these stands, you know, like the guarantee that they stand up, you know. The thing I want to talk about first is the actual accessories that the figure comes with. Now right here he has like two hands, which you can see. And I guess one's like I think these are like gripping hands, because you can see that has like the fingers on it, so you can tell you can put something in it. And this is the actual right hand. Then you also have like a left gripping hand too as well, which you can see. And these right here are the two hands that Batman did have on. Like the two fisted hands that he did have on. So as you can see, there's the actual hands on Batman too, that left and right. Those are actually gripping hands, so it's probably the hands that I would actually keep on him too. So I could put like his accessories like in his hands, you know. Now the next accessory that I'm going to talk about with the animated series Batman figure from McFarlane Toys is his actual Batarang. So as you can see, here's the Batarang. And I do notice that it does seem to be kind of thick, you know. So you don't have to really worry about, I believe, this breaking, you know, that you're really forcing it to break, you know. It's cool looking Batarang. So I guess this will go like into one of his hands too, so I'm going to see if I can get it into one. So yeah, as you can see, there it is. Depending on how you decide to actually put it in there, you know, you can see that it does go like in his hand pretty good. The next accessory that the figure does have is my favorite gadget of Batman. It's the actual grapple gun. So as you can see, this is it right here, the grapple gun. I like how it even has like I guess you could say the wiring, like the hook thing, you know, firing out that shoots out, you know. That's kind of cool. It has like the red like buttons like on the side too. And that's kind of awesome. It does look how it looks like on the animated series too, you know. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna see if I can put this into his hand too as well. As you can see, there's the grapple in Batman's hand. One of the things kind of cool about it is they actually just did design it in a way where you can set the finger, you know, you actually can see it through his fingers, like he actually has a grip on it. So I think that's kind of cool that McFarlane did that, you know. You can see it right there, like the gap in it. So I think that's kind of awesome. Now I wish that, I know this is kind of picky. I wish they would have gave us like two grapple guns, you know. One was just like, you know, there isn't like the spear like shooting out of it, just like the grapple by itself, so you can just have the grapple on them, you know. And then one with like the spear thing like shooting out of, you know. That'd been like cool, they would did that. But it's awesome, so it's okay, you know. Alright. Now what I want to do is actually talk about the articulation of the McFarlane Toys Batman animated series Batman figure. Now, as you can see, like the detail and stuff on the figure is like pretty good, you know. Now, I do notice, and I heard other people say this too, but I was already noticing myself, it looks like this figure is actually like a mixture of the Batman animated series, like a figure, you know. I mean, a series, you know, like that right there. Because this is the first volume that I have of the animated series, like the first complete volume. It looks like it's a mixture of that and when it became the new Batman and Robin, like Adventures. I think that's what they call it, the new Batman and Robin, like Adventures. When they actually changed it to that, it looks like that. It looks like he has the head of this particular Batman, because you can see like the bat symbol was different on his chest too. It was like black, you know, but he actually still has like the body of the actual true animated series look that we know, you know. He still has that body, you know. So that's just one of the things I wanted to touch on that I did notice about the figure itself too as well, you know. And by the way, I had all 4 volumes of those. As you can see, all 4 volumes of a Batman animated series. This is actually the series that made me the Batman fan that I am too as well. I love this series, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about the articulation, you know. So this being it's a McFarlane Toys figure, you know. So as you can see, Batman arms, they can lift up like that. His legs, you can do that to split, you know, as you can see. They even bend too as well. You can bend them up. So you can actually even do like kicks with Batman too. You know, you can probably put them in poses, like, you know, if you can get him to stand with it, have him kicking and stuff, you know. Even like the feet has like a articulation in it too as well. You can like it has like this bend in it, like a hinge, I think that's what they call that. Then you can actually bend it back, you know. You could turn them. It has like the pelvic kind too, where you can tilt it. And both feet have that too, you know. So you can get them in all kind of like poses, probably, you know. Like I say, the knees can bend too, as well. So that's one of the things I think is really cool about it, is like the articulation in this, you know. That's what makes it so cool, you know. I notice he has kind of like an Arab crunch, but not too much, you know. The arms can be bent up like that. Yes, it's nice. The head, so as you can see, you can like bend like the arms up. Even Batman's hands like rotate too as well. So I think that's cool. I like the detail on it, like the gauntlets and stuff. I think that's cool. I like how it moves, so he's very like loose, you know, the articulation, I think that's cool. The head can, I think you can, let me see. It doesn't like you can tilt it up, doesn't look like it. But he does have that, you know, we can turn it like kind of sideways, kind of not too much, you know, but you can turn it like that. So I think that's kind of cool. But the detail in this is pretty good, you know. Like I like how his eyes look and stuff. But like I said, it does look like the actual head of it looks more like the new Batman and Robin Adventures, you know. That was like the 4th season, I think, of that show, you know, when it became that, you know. That the symbol is pretty cool. The cape is awesome, you know. Now one of the things I wish that the cape, you know, when McFarlane did these, I wish they would have gave us, but he's just starting this line, you know. I wish he would have gave us like a cloth cape, you know. But this is okay, you know, being that it's like this kind of material. But I still think like a cloth type cape would have been cooler, you know. But it still seems to be okay, you know. But I do love that the figure does have like a lot of articulation in it, you know. I think that's probably one of the big things of it, you know. It's not tight at all. It really does feel like loose, you know. And I know some people have been talking about how like the body seems like out of proportion, but that's how he did look. Like on animated series, he had like this wide, like upper frame, you know, but like his legs are like so thin at the bottom, you know. That's how he actually looked in the series, you know. So they're trying to stay true to that, you know. And another thing too, like his utility belt, that looks pretty decent too as well, you know. I think that's cool. Like it's like the buttons on like the pockets and so on. So I think this is a nice start for McFarlane Toys, you know. Okay, so there's the McFarlane Toys Multiverse Batman animated series Batman figure. It's a good start, you know. There are some things and some problems I believe I was having with the figure, but I think it is like a pretty awesome figure, and there's no question I would have picked this up because it's from McFarlane Toys, and like I said, I'm a fan of McFarlane Toys figures, so I would have definitely picked this one up, you know. And this is the first wave, which consists of, I think, Nightwing, I think Harley Quinn, you know, Superman, various other figures too that I plan on getting. Like yeah, the Arrow, like Green Arrow too, that I plan on getting, So yeah, there's gonna be more of these. I'm definitely planning on collecting, especially all like the Batman family type figures, like all the figures associated with like Batman. I'll probably definitely pick all of those up. And this is just the first wave. And these are currently available, like I think like at Walmart's. I think it's at Targets, like comic book stores, video game stores. They're actually everywhere. They are at an affordable price. I think this is only like $19.99 at Walmart. That's why I actually picked this one up. Was it like a local Walmart? So I am definitely excited that McFarlane Toys has taken over this line. I am definitely looking forward to seeing what he's going to be doing with like the DC Comics, like various figures. I can't wait. I am excited about this, and I think this is a pretty awesome figure. It does have some flaws in it, from my opinion, that I agree with. Like maybe the painting that they done on it wasn't too great, but I still think this is a pretty awesome figure. But anyway, that's my review for the McFarlane Toys Multiverse DC Comics Batman Animated Series Batman figure. Please leave a comment and subscribe to as well.